Hi, welcome to the Crafts channel. My name's Corinne Brad, and today I want to show you how easy it is to make some fabulous party earrings. So whether you want to do it for a Christmas do, or you've got a festival to go to next year, or just because you fancy wearing some festive party tassely earrings, they're very easy to make. They are made with Fimo leather effect clay and embroidery floss, and then you just add your own ear wires to them. So let's get started. Let's just move these out of the way. Randomly out of the way. I'm going to make some brown ones so they show up well on the blue mat. And you don't need an awful lot of clay. And the good thing with the Fimo leather effect is it doesn't need a lot of preconditioning to start with. So you can just roll it out on a glass mat. Sorry, I'm rolling it out on a glass mat with a copper tube, so it's very noisy. And then the nature of the clay is if you then just give it a bit of a stretch, not too much, but it will produce the nice textured effect on the top of it, which is what makes leather effect clay look like leather. Take some cutters. These are little kids' Play-Doh cutters, I think these are. And just mark out gently. I need to make that a bit bigger, hold on. Mark out 2 circles. Quite gently. I'm just going to put these on a tile. You are better off cutting these on your baking surface, because I find sometimes, especially because the clay is quite supple, when you try and lift it off a surface and put it on another, it will distort the circle. And then if you take a tiny cutter, and we're going to cut the hole out first. I will tell you why in a moment. Lift the hole out the centre. The reason I do this is because sometimes when you then, if you cut your main circle out first of all and then you push that in the middle, it distorts the clay out a bit. But then you can just go back and cut your large rings so it's still a perfect circle. Now I'm going to put a jump ring in this narrow piece here to put the ear wire on, so I don't need to put a hole up the top, but you do need to make some holes to put your threads through. So find the centre of your circle, go down and first of all make a hole here, and then 2 at either side, same sort of distance from the edge of your earring. Like so. And these are really just as guide holes, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the holes bigger with a leather punch. They would be baked in the oven for 30 minutes at 130 degrees centigrade, so that when they're baked, oh, one thing I meant to show you as well, before you bake them, if you want to add a bit of extra glitz to your earrings, you can struggle to open a makeup palette, and then just take a colour, let's go for this, and just spread a little bit of eyeshadow. This is, but it's because it's a mica base, it gives a metallic effect, and you can see that it would highlight the textured effect. Now I'm not going to do all of it, but just around the top. I mean the bottom, you can do the whole thing, but the bottom bits will be covered by the tassels. I've now got eyeshadow all over my fingers. And say, after you've put the mica powder on, then bake it. Don't try and put the mica powder on after you've baked it, because it won't have anything to stick to. So you should end up with this. And then we just make the holes a little bit bigger with a leather punch. And I always try and make sure that the holes are about 3 millimeters from the edge. because if your Fimo leather is too thick, what you sometimes find is, because of the tapered nature of any type of leather punch, if you go too close to the edge, the Fimo leather might not be able to take it, and it might split, and then you've got to start all over again and wait another 30 minutes before you can actually turn them into earrings. Oh, that one's not come quite out. And these holes are about 2-3 millimeters wide. They don't need to be as big as that, but I like to make sure that my life is as easy as possible. And if you've got a relatively big hole, it's much, much easier to put your embroidery floss through it. So I'm going to ombre these earrings. So I've started with like a copper colour. Hold the end of your thread between two fingers and then pass your needle through the centre hole, oh, hold on, of the earring. Wrap it round your fingers, pass it through, wrap it round, pass it through. I think I did these about 5 times because I want a nice bushy tassel. So you've got loops like this, and then just take that thread, wrap it round the neck of the tassel 2 or 3 times, pull it tight and pass the end of the thread through the loops on the back of your earring, and then just trim it off. And then choose another shade that's a tonal colour, so you've got that ombre effect. Now I've worked with embroidery floss for probably near enough 40 years. I can still guarantee that I can never find the right end of the floss that you're supposed to pull. And there's no point getting annoyed and just pulling it, because you end up with a real tangled mess, as I am about to demonstrate now, of thread. So sometimes you've just got to see which one is being pulled and then pull it out separately. That should be long enough. So hold your thread between your fingers, pass it in the next hole along, and wrap it around the finger to make a loop. I can pretty much guarantee that I haven't actually cut myself. Can I get? Yeah, I don't know if I can get a 5th loop out of this. Let's try. Oh, there should be enough, yeah. So you've got your loops, take that one out of the way, wrap it around the neck 2 or 3 times, and pass the end through. So continue doing that, and you will end up with your nice ombre loops. Which you can then just cut with a pair of nice sharp scissors. And just check that you have all of your loops cut. And then use your needle or a fine-tooth comb or even a little brush just to comb them out, like so. and then just neaten them up in a nice smooth curve. And another little tip, I mean, this is 100% cotton embroidery floss. When you buy it in a skein, it has a natural bend in it, obviously, where it's come around the end of the skein. And it's quite annoying sometimes when you end up with kinks in the tassels of your earrings. But what I've found is if you just literally run them under the tap, and you can run the whole earring under the tap because it's Fimo leather effect, it's waterproof. Run them under the tap, squeeze them out like this, and just let them air dry. The kinks will all fall out. So you can have nice straight tassels on your nice, incredibly loud earrings. And they're great fun, just play around with them. You can add inclusions, you can add gemstones, if you've got little tiny flower cutters. All of this will be done to the Fimo leather before it is baked. And then you can just pick your colours of thread to go with the earrings that you've created. So have fun with that. Please find us on Facebook, and we'd love to see photographs of your creations that you've made from our demonstrations. We're always around. I'm 9 times out of 10 there to answer any queries for my sins. And also comment on our YouTube channel, because we are real people. We are there behind the camera. No, in front of the camera. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you'll come and see us again very, very soon. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.